I've personally made this mistake more times than I would actually like to admit, which is letting founders and sales leaders hire SDRs through me before they had a system in place that would support those reps. You'd think that sending cold emails and doing cold calling would be simple, right? But the truth is, it's not even close. So whether you're hiring your first SDR or maybe hiring an outbound agency, whatever you're doing in regards to outbound sales, if you're starting out, the outcome from what we've seen over the years is usually the same. It ends up costing companies tens of thousands of dollars, upwards of even six figures in costs before they figure out what's wrong with their outbound sales systems. So what usually happens is you'd hire an SDR, you'd get them all hyped, you would explain the vision, you would explain the product, and you would just let them loose on the market, right? Boom, a month goes by, hey, what's going on? Oh, nothing yet, we're just starting, ramping up, dialing, cold emailing, etc., right? Okay, and after a while, some responses do start coming in, but they're not actually what you were hoping for. An email reply from a prospect saying, I found your email in the spam folder, please don't email me again. Somebody picking up the phone and saying, hey, your caller ID is potential spam, please don't call me again. Or your email reply rate is 1.7%, with 8 out of 9 emails that you received is unsubscribe and take me off your list. Month 2 rolls in. Same story. You start doubting the rep, you start kind of blaming them, you start thinking to yourself, there must be something wrong with this person. Maybe they're not good enough, maybe they're not selling the product in the right way, maybe they're not explaining, maybe they don't know enough. So you start kind of coaching the rep, you start giving them pointers, maybe changing the cold email copy, changing the script probably frequently of cold calls. Then you start Googling why are my cold emails landing in spam? How do I fix my deliverability issues? You start looking for answers on YouTube and start again wasting your time and going into the weeds. And in that process, suddenly 6 months are gone. You've spent $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 on salaries. You've wasted tens of thousands of dollars on maybe consultants helping you fix some of the issues, tools that you've purchased that you experimented with, and worst of all, countless of hours of frustration, only to end up with zero pipeline. So what do? You fire the poor SDR, but the truth is, and you probably already know this, it was never about the SDR. It was about the underlying systems that you did not have in place in order to make them successful. So that's exactly why we built the Outbound Readiness Test, to help you avoid the $50,000 to $100,000 mistake. I'm gonna share the 5 crucial steps that you need to take in order to start making your outbound sales systems work, which is completely based on the last 7 years of doing outbound for our clients across dozens of industries. So scroll down and you might save yourself upwards of $100,000 worth of experiments.